do a few of these. So there's also one of your assignments, so there'll at least be two that you do of these today. I would suggest, if you haven't started your assignment yet, to do this question, probably right now, like right after I'm done mine. So do the one on your assignment right after, because then, you know what I mean, it'll be fresh in your brain. All right, here we go. What's the first thing when you have to graph this? What's the first thing I need, please? Anybody?
Your numbers.
Yes? Go ahead. Factor sounds good. Those would give you my x-intercepts. So my x-ints would be set y equals to 0 and factor. And I just want to apologize. It is warm in this room today. Okay, so I'm going to leave the door open even though it's going to be loud out there. I had 6 people come in and say hi to me this morning. As you may not remember. So just left my door open, okay? So there may be people randomly dropping in, okay? So sorry about that. Okay, can somebody show me off their factoring skills? Go ahead, William, go ahead.
So 0 equals 3x.
Yeah.
Plus
Great. What's the M and the A, please?
M is going to be negative 12.
Yeah.
And A is going to be
Okay. So even if you haven't been here in a long time, where the M came from here was just this times this. It's the same way we did the other factor we did the other day, right? Except for it's just this times this. No, that's not it. Great. Can somebody please tell me, read, what the numbers are, please, if my multiply is negative 12, my add is 1?
Negative 3 and 4.
Negative 3 and positive 4. Okay? And it has to be, remember, it has to fit both these situations, right? It has to add to 1 when you add these together, and they have to multiply negative 12. Okay, can someone else show off their great factoring skills here and give me the next? Go from here, please. Jordan, you don't look happy, something on you. Jordan.
0 equals 3x minus 3x squared minus 3x plus 4x minus.
Okay, and as Jordan has been taught by an excellent teacher, he knows that 3 and 3 go to... Jordan. As Jordan has been taught by an excellent teacher, he knows that 3 and 3 go together a lot better than 3 and 4 do. Right, so that sounds good to me. All right, Megan, can you show off your factoring skills, please?
would be 3x.
Yeah.
And then x.
Yeah. Good. Keep on. Yeah. Great. And if you're wondering, this will give you one whole page on your test to do this. Okay? There'll be a whole page on your test plus a little piece of graphic with this big graphic. Wonderful. All right. Someone want to finish it off for me, please? Alex, go ahead. I heard you say that wrong, but I'm going to assume you said 3x plus 4 and x minus 1. I think it's a 3x minus 1 by mistake. Okay, that's okay though. All right, Stephen, are you awake today?
Yeah.
Good. Define solve for x, please, if you would.
Wait, what are we doing now?
We got to find the actual zeros, the actual roots here, because this is the x-intercepts we're finding. Go ahead.
Rewrite the two coordinates as 3x plus 4 equals 0,
Good.
and x minus 1 equals 0.
Right. And then you just quickly solve, of course.
The one on the right, x equals 1, and the one on the left, negative 4.
Great, thank you, Steve.
Did I do it wrong?
No, you're good. All right, Mason, since I don't know work under English right now, or not doing this question, can you please tell me what my zeros are, please? What comma what and what comma what?
Negative 4 is 3.0.
Good. On? Good, okay. All right, so those are going to be your x-intercepts. So if you're wondering, one person has to find what we're doing here for this. Okay, this gives your actual 2 points on the graph. There's still 2 points that are left. I'm going to pick on Doug. And Doug's going to tell me what's an easier one for him to solve, the y-intercept or the vertex. Which one do you, Doug? The y-intercept or the vertex, which would you prefer? Good for you, Doug. Most people would have said y-intercept, but that's good though, you're brave, I like it. Okay? So, Doug or somebody else, how do I find my vertex? Does anyone remember? Doug? It's okay if you don't. If you don't, let me know. Go ahead. Yeah, I don't know what that exact. I don't know how to use the coordinates for that. That's fine. So sub min, please. That's fine. What does it turn into? Oh, so you knew the equation, but you don't know what it means. I'm gonna erase that equation off the board. Go ahead.
1 plus -4 over.
Right. Okay, so I didn't mean to say that. That's what I didn't mean to yell. But what it means is they're just my two x-intercepts, so I didn't mean to yell. Okay? You know what I mean? No, that's okay. That's okay, right? So that's all we gotta do, right? So we have two x-intercepts there. Amanda, since you're looking so lively today, can you please add 1 plus -4/3 in your head? Do you have a question?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I thought the S plus D divided by C was the axis of symmetry.
That's what this is. Because the x coordinate of your vertex is your axis of symmetry.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what it is. And then you sub the number and you get the actual y value. Right, so let's say that these are my two x-intercepts. The vertex is going to be right here in the middle, but you don't know where it's going to be up and down. This is telling you it's going to be somewhere on this line, but not necessarily how high or high low it is. Right? Sorry, Amanda. Enough distractions. -1/3, I'm going to trust you. I'm going to write it like this just to make sure, but you are correct actually in your head. That's wonderful. Okay, but you are right, that is -1/3. Is that right? Can somebody confirm that for me?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a little bit of fractions, of course, in chapter 1, read. We love fractions, right? Don't even? Okay. Read doesn't, but everyone else loves fractions for chapter 1. Right?
Wait, so the 1/6 is the what?
This is the x coordinate. Sorry, okay. Good question. I'll go to the next page. So this is x equals -1/6 is two things. This is the axis of symmetry. This is also the x coordinate of vertex. Okay? So it's going to be whatever the x
Can you
value
do
is.
that little?
Sorry, I'm not at it up first. Kid ran away. All right, Ben, your turn. Ben, I have x equals -1/6, and if you want to pass, I'm not going to pick on you, okay? Do you know how to get the y value from here? No problem. Okay, so we have, William, go ahead. No, the vertex. Get the x corner of the vertex, we need the y still. No problem. You did. Right? Great. So we're going to sub, and I'm going to be kind today. I can't believe I'm going to do this. So I said for this unit, you can do this. You can sub into original. I'm going to sub into this version. Okay? That's any version of the equation. That's the factor version, so that will work. Okay. You can use any version. If you did a different version, you're not wrong. Okay? I just like that one better. All right, Andrew, it's your time to shine. You know what I tried to say. It didn't make sense, but go ahead. It's your time to shine. Okay, go ahead. Yeah. And you're going to be calculator boy for me in a sec here too, okay? So I can't do this in my head. Don't mind. Whoops. Calculator boy is the best job in the classroom if you don't know that one. -0.166. Oh, crazy. So that should turn into 3.5. That's right. So we confirm. Times -1.1666. Somebody confirm that for me? Like, somebody please confirm it for me? 0.166 is 1/6 times 3 should be 1/2. Right, so it's negative plus 4 is 3.5.
How do you just know those numbers off the top of your head?
You know how like you're good at texting? Because you text all the time. I'm good at numbers, so I do numbers all the time. I didn't mean to insult you. I wasn't even intending that insult.
Do you know one day I spent 13 hours on my phone? I went in my
So
settings
good.
and you can see how long, and it's 13 hours.
So proud of you.
I was really proud too. That's like more than half the day.
Yeah, we can All right, here we go. So let's do multiply that, please. Andrew, do multiply that. It should be like a messy number, like negative 4.5 or something. Negative 4.0, right? Okay, therefore the vertex is negative 1.6 and negative 4.08. Okay, the last thing we have to get left, sorry, go ahead. I didn't hear everybody else. I didn't hear everybody else. Yes, sorry. All right, here we go. Last thing to get my y-intercept. How do you quickly, going back to the very first thing, so I know everyone's writing that down, but to go back to this, how do you easily get my y-intercept? Go ahead. Reduce minus 4. It's 3 times 0 is 0. This is 0, so it just means minus 4. My y-int, do this fast, whoops, over here. My y-int is going to be 0 and negative 4. Okay, and my x-ints, I think, were negative 4 thirds. Okay, now here's the thing, just to watch about when you're doing these questions. How close is, what's negative 1.6? What's it very, very close to? What's negative 1.6 or what negative 0.1666? When you graph that, what's it very, very close to? I was going to say 0. I was going to say 0. I was going to say 0, right? If you take a look at this, this is very, very close to 0, right? So that means the vertex 4.08 should be very, very close to your y-intercept, right? Because 0 and 1.6 aren't that far apart, so 4 and 4.08 aren't that far apart. Just something to think of when you're going through this and you're testing your numbers. Okay? Can I graph this very fastly? Is there anything else before I graph this that people want to go through? Yes?
When I was doing the y-intercept, I did not get the answer.
Okay, well, I'll do it right now. Okay? Sorry, I want to put you down. I'm not going to. So it's going to be y equals 0 plus 4 and 0 minus 1, which is 4 times negative 1 negative 4. Okay, that's also it, maybe. Right, because the zeros go in for everything, right? If we use this version back here, so I go back here, if you use this version, 3 times 0 is 0, right? 1 times 0, 0 times, that's 0, so it's just negative 4. That's for sure. Okay. All right, I'm going to graph this fast, and then we'll move on to anything else you guys want to do today. Okay? Let's do this fast to graph, okay? On your test, please remember, this is my last review for you on graphing. Please remember, your graph will be worth like 8 marks or something, a lot like that, or 6 marks, okay? If it's worth 6 marks, 3 marks are just for how it looks. And I'm sorry, I don't believe in that in the real world, that the value of you is not how you look, but in this, my graphs, I believe it's half of what you look. Okay, the value of your graph is half of what it looks like, so I'm sorry. I'm going against my beliefs, okay? Let's do this fastly. Here we go, we're looking for negatives, okay? So let's go something like this. You can do it just like across if you want to, but because there's nothing in the positive, you don't really need to, okay? What else do I need for my graph, everyone, please? Go ahead. Scale will be good. I have to get down to negative 4, so 1, 2, 3, 4. I can even go 1, 2, 3, 4. So I count. So my scale is going to be this. 3 for everyone. Now this one's more difficult. Because I have 6 and thirds, I'm going to count by thirds here, okay? Yeah? Yes. Guaranteed. Good question. How do you graph negative 1.6? There's 2 ways to do it. Go ahead.
You could make it into this.
Yes. So no problem. If you want to estimate it, 0.166, do it. What I'm going to do to make it easier for myself, so I'm going to count by threes here. What is, if I count by threes, how does that help me? What's a six going to be? If it's 1/3 for every number, what's 1/6 going to be then? It's going to be like half a square, right? So if this is negative 1/3, negative 1/6 is going to be half in between. Think about it for fractions, right? So a third would be half the six. A third divided by 2, like it's half a third, it's going to be a 6, right? Go with me. Or you can just do 0.33, 0.66, and 0.167 for sure. Okay? So there's negative, this is negative 4.0, it's going to be somewhere down here. 0 and negative 4 is going to look like this. 1 and 0 is going to look like this. And negative 4/3 is going to look like this. Beautiful graph. One thing I haven't done graphs in a while for you guys, just a few things to remember. If you leave your graph like this, you'll be losing probably 2 or 3 marks right there. I got to add a few things. Arrows, okay? Also, don't just do your arrow here, like extend it a little bit. These graphs go off forever. Someone was showing me, I think it was Megan was showing me the graph they're doing for homework or for the choice assignment. And it looks sort of like this where it wasn't like perfect. If I wanted to I told her if I wanted a perfect graph, I'm using Desmos. Because I just want the style and the idea of it. It's supposed to be U-shaped, it's supposed to look like a mirror. This one's pointed back this way, it shouldn't be. It should be pointed like to get wider and wider and wider, okay? But if you give me a graph like that, that's fine. You're still missing one thing, unfortunately. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I don't know what it is. But, so you use your x-intercepts to make the 2 top points.
Yes.
And then what's the bottom one again?
This one's your y-intercept right here. And for me, unfortunately, the vertex is right beside the,
And the vertex where...
that's the lowest point, too. The lowest point, and also it's like the mirror image, right? Of either side. Oh, shoot. Right, but that's supposed to be like the mirror image. That's called the axis. So the last thing we need to do just before I finish here, what's the equation? Y equals 3x squared plus x minus 4. Was that correct? You gotta put your title on there somewhere too. Okay. I'm gonna hit pause, stop the video. Please like and subscribe. If you want more videos about graphing, please leave a comment down there. If you'd rather have something non-math related, like video games or sports or something like that, please, I'm sorry, go to a different channel. That's all I can say. All right, so I'm gonna pause this, please. You guys, if you have any other questions you want to go through for the assignment, please think of them while the internet's saving this. Okay, and then when we come back, we'll hopefully answer any of those really easy. Hold on, let me see this.
You got the assignment.
First of all, they do not have an assignment. Whoops, of course they do. They're good students. Of course they all have their assignments.
Actually, you think you delivered?
Stop it. They all have great assignments. Don't comment. Here we go. Any